What's up, y'all? Xavier Joseph here. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. I'm having a great time making this content for you. But today's discussion is going to be one geared a little more towards parents. This applies also to the working man or woman, that doesn't have a kid. But I'm gearing this more towards realistically like parents, because I'm a parent, and most of my perspectives come from a perspective of a father, So really, the discussion topic of today is going to be what do we like? How do you make fitness a priority as a parent? Let's say you're trying to start a new program to change your life for the better. How do you do it? How do you go about it? How do you find the time? Because I'm sure already you feel like I barely have enough time as it is. How am I going to stick an hour and a half in the gym plus meal prep plus whatever it is? So I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks, but everyone has a different journey, but I think these are a couple steps that you really need just to kind of get yourselves into it, get yourselves kind of focused on it, and let yourself start walking down that fitness journey. Number one, figure out where fitness lands on your priority list. Does that mean that, because fitness has to be a priority, I have to eat boiled chicken and rice and, deprive myself and look shredded and have six-pack abs? No. You need to figure out where it lands in a priority list for you. And that's what I mean by where does it land? What is the priority? Where is it on your priority list? If you want to go and your goal is to look like this person from a magazine or this actor or this whatever, that is great. Let's make that happen. If your goal is, I just gained some weight and I just really want to be, I want to lose some weight. I just want to lose some weight and feel myself start getting better. I don't really know what that means just yet. I just know I got to start. Let's start, and that kind of almost will figure out my goal as I start. That's great as well. There's a huge spectrum of it, but you need to focus on how much time you're going to dedicate. What is kind of your goal? Why are you doing this? What is it for? Is it for your kids? Is it just for yourself? Is it for what is it for? Write these things down and take time to write these things down. And if you don't have time to do this, well, there's a whole nother problem for another video. But write these things up. Figure out what your priority is in fitness. Because if you don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it or what you want to accomplish, you're not going to do anything. You're going to spend money on food. Not tons of extra money, but you're going to spend money on certain types of food. You got to know what types of food you're eating to acquire certain results. You got to know how much time you're putting at the gym, how much cardio to do, how much weightlifting to do, depending on what your goals are. You got to know these things. Otherwise, you're wasting that hour away. Nothing is worse than spending time away than wasting time away from your family. So that's my opinion. So priorities. Figure out your priorities and where they land. Answer your own questions in that. Part 2 or step 2 or whatever is figure out how that works into your schedule. Okay. I know these may sound really basic, but start doing them, start living your life in them, and you'll realize they're not. Okay. We have so many ways to keep schedules. The Apple Calendar, the Google Calendar, whatever other thousands of calendar apps, or just good old fashioned paper. Figure out how this works in your schedule. Look over your let's just use the Apple Calendar because that's what I use. Looking over your Apple Calendar, okay, this one has this activity this day, this thing that day, has got to go to school that day, whatever. Build your schedule around that. Don't just say, I'm going to try to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning and go work out before I go to work. That might work, and it might be super simple, but I know for me, it's not that simple. Last night or yesterday, I trained early in the morning. Tonight, I'm training at nighttime. Tomorrow, I'm not training at all. And the next day, I'm training kind of midday, like 11 or noon. It changes all the time depending on the schedule. So figure out that part of the schedule. Make it as important as going to work, as feeding your kid, as feeding yourself, as putting clothes on in the morning. Make it that important. You know why? Because if it's not, you won't do it. If it's not, you will find an excuse to avoid it completely. That is the God's honest truth. I promise you that is what will happen. Try it. Try not making it a priority and see if you actually follow through with it. And don't, at least for a moment, even if you do, at least at some point in that day, think, can I skip this? Can I figure out how to justify this? You will do it. Make it as important as can be. Okay, that's tip 2. Tip 3, take the time to do all this stuff. Okay? Take the time, sit down, figure out what type of plan you want to do. What type of foods, do the research on the foods. Enjoy this process. Enjoy it. Don't just jump into something and start doing random cardio and start doing things while you're doing it. Have a plan. Make a plan. Like I said, nothing worse than spending time. The only thing worse than spending time away from your family is wasting time away from your family. So don't go to the gym with no plan whatsoever. Make a plan, figure it out, go there, execute the plan, come home. Okay? So really figure out what that plan is, really figure out how it will fit in your lifestyle, and make sure if you're working with a trainer, if you're working with me, if you're working with whoever you're working with, make sure that they understand what time you can give. If I have a client who says, I can literally just give 45 minutes in the gym a day, that's all I can do, I'm not going to give them 6 sets of exercises, or 6 exercises with 4 or 5 sets of each one of those, plus drop sets and cardio. Not gonna happen. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I have to figure out, as for me as a trainer, it is my challenge to figure out how to make this work for you. It is that simple, you know? It is that simple. So come up with a good plan, whether you're gonna try this on your own or you're gonna go the trainer route. What is that, the 3rd thing? 4th thing. So we got make things a priority, actually make a schedule, and then actually follow a plan. Those are my first 3 things, okay, to break it down. Number 4, get your scale, okay? The scale that you have in your bathroom or whatever. You get 2 options. Go, find a trash can somewhere, throw it out. That's your one option. That's your one option. Option 2, get over the number you see on the scale. And what I mean get over it is stop using it as a way to judge your fitness, okay? The scale means nothing, all right? There are guys who weigh as much as I do who are completely overweight. There are guys that are bigger than me that weigh less than I do that are super shredded. But you don't know what weight you want to be. Everyone comes up with these arbitrary, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to lose whatever. And they come up with those numbers because at some point in their life, they felt good. They remember, you know what? When I was in college, I weighed 150 pounds. And I remember that I could lift a lot and I looked really good. So you know what? That's what I want to be again. I've gained 60 pounds. That's what I want to be again. But they don't, besides that, they don't know what that means. Like, there's no other reason to know, is that even healthy for my body type at this point? Is that even really achievable at this point in life? They don't know. They don't know. You know, and that's okay. You're not supposed to have all the education. I'm not like bashing anybody for wanting to do that. Society has put so much stake, is that what I'm trying to say? They put so much stake in like what we weigh, if you will. The most important thing is look at yourself in the mirror. Use that as your gauge, okay? If you see yourself going down in weight, and this is what I've had when my wife used to do personal training, there would be folks who would literally look better in their photos. They would look so much better, but they would not allow themselves to feel that joy because of the weight they saw. That's not right. All right, guys. So, yeah, 4 tips, 4 basic tips, nothing earth-shattering, but what they require you to do is be a little more intentional, okay? Be a little more intentional, give you a place to start, okay? And that's what we're talking about. Getting started, once it becomes a habit, it's no longer quite as intense or quite as difficult to do, you know, because it's a habit. It becomes routine. It becomes something you just can't live without. So it's like, oh, I got to take an hour to train today. No big deal, you know. Very rarely do people say, oh, I'm not going to shower and shave and take care of myself and put on clothes because I just don't have that time. No, because they have to do it, they do it, you know. So same kind of thing in this respect. Fitness, your health, your wellness is something you have to do. So figure out a way to do it that makes sense for your body, for your lifestyle, for where you are, for your fitness level, for everything, okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to this video. if you like what you heard, please go down, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm new, I'm growing. I'm doing everything I can to share my knowledge of all these different things I've accumulated throughout my life, my unique perspective on things as a former dancer, as a current bodybuilder, as a parent, as a traveling musician, as all the different aspects of my life kind of come together. I'm trying to give you my unique approach to health, to fitness, to family, to life in general. And I thank you so much for going on this journey with me. Guys, if you want more information on my training programs, I run an online training program called The Academy. It is for those who don't settle for anything less than their best. Those are the only types of clients I take on. We just launched this I've been training for a while, but we just launched this as like a full-on organized training platform May 1st. So we're new to this. We're new to all this stuff. It's all coming out of the woodwork, but it's all to give you guys the best that we can. So check that out. I'm going to leave a link to that below. Or just message me. See, maybe there's a program that's not completely right for you at the moment. Maybe there's something else I can offer you, something else we can talk about. I'm just here to help, guys. I'm here to help. Thank you guys for following along on the journey. And until next video, I hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys stay happy. Hope you guys stay healthy. You got anything, send me a message and I'll talk to y'all later.